Welcome once again, everyone. We are glad that you're here today. Today, we have an interesting story called Tom Starts a Business. Tom Starts a Business. And what will happen is I'll run through the story for about 10 minutes. I'll read the story, and then we'll do a quick summary of some of the key points throughout the story, which would include key words or key phrases that may be of interest. And all the bolded words will be the words or the phrases covered in the summary. So, without further ado, let's start the story. Tom always wanted to start his own business. He was 28 years old and had worked at a small electronics shop in his town. Every day, he helped customers choose phones, computers, and other gadgets. He enjoyed his job, but he wanted more freedom and to one day become his own boss. One evening, after work, Tom sat at his kitchen table and opened his notebook. He began writing some ideas down on the paper. He thought for a while, and then he realized he was good at fixing electronics. Friends often brought him broken phones or laptops, and he fixed them quickly. He enjoyed it, and his friends always said, "You should open your own repair shop." Now he was ready. The next day, Tom went to the library and used a computer to research the market. He searched, "Is electronics repair a good business in my town?" He found out there were only two other repair shops in the town. One was expensive, and the other one had bad customer reviews. This is good, he thought. There is a need for a repair shop that is affordable and friendly. He also read about small business tips. One article said, before you start, learn about your customers, your costs, and your competition. Tom made some notes about what people needed, how much they might pay, and what other shops were doing wrong. Tom wrote a simple business plan. It included the services he would offer: phone, tablet, and laptop repair; his target customers, which would be students, parents, and office workers; his marketing plan, where he would issue flyers and start a Facebook page; the location, the store would be located near the college; prices, lower than other shops in the area, competitive pricing; budget, $5,000 for tools, rent, and signage. Tom knew he didn't have 5,000 saved. He only had 2,000. So he talked to his uncle, who used to run a small bakery. His uncle was impressed by his business plan, so he loaned Tom the additional $3,000. "You need to be careful," his uncle said. "Don't spend everything at once. Start small and grow slowly." Tom found a small storefront space near the college. The rent was low, and many students passed by every day. This is perfect, he thought. He paid the deposit and signed a short lease for 6 months. That way, if the business didn't work, he wouldn't lose too much money. Tom bought a small set of tools: screwdrivers, wires, screens, and cleaning kits. He didn't buy too many at first and kept his inventory low. He made a price list: phone screen repair, $50; battery change, $30; laptop cleaning, $25. He researched his prices so they were fair, not too high or too low. Tom needed to find customers, so he made flyers and gave them to students near the college. He also made a Facebook page and posted before and after photos of phones he fixed. One day, he gave a student a free repair in exchange for writing a good review online. Soon, more people came in. Customers started writing positive reviews. "This shop is cheaper than others," one customer said. "And Tom is fast," said another. Tom always smiled, listened to his customers, and explained everything clearly. If a customer had to wait, he offered free tea. One woman said, "It's not just the price, you treat people well. That's why we come back." Tom realized something important. Good service is more powerful than advertising. After 3 months, Tom had a problem. One customer was angry because their phone still didn't work after a repair. Tom checked it again. "I made a mistake," he said, honestly. "I'll fix it for free." The customer smiled and said, "Thanks for being honest. I'll tell my friends about you." Tom learned that trust is key in business. After 6 months, Tom made enough money to buy better tools. He even hired a part time helper. He didn't grow too fast, he followed his plan. Every week, he looked at his budget, checked reviews, and asked customers what he could do better. Tom looked at his shop sign. Tom's Tech Fix was now a name people trusted. He felt proud. He had solved problems, managed money wisely, treated customers well, grown his business slowly and smartly. Tom smiled, and his business went on to be a success. Okay, so we'll kind of run through some of the key terms here. Uh, Research the market. We saw that when he was first starting out. And to research the market, that's where you learn about your competition and your potential customers. So, who are you going to be selling to? What are your customers interested in? And what are some other companies that compete offering the same services and products that you offer? Affordable. Affordable is a price that most people can pay or otherwise afford. So if something's affordable, that means it's a good price, it's a low price. Your competition is once again other businesses that sell the same thing as you do or offers the same services that you do. The business plan is a document that explains what a business will do and how it will succeed. And some business plans can be pretty extensive. So having a good business plan usually means that you're off to a good start with a business. Then we've seen marketing plan. Marketing plan is ways to tell people about your business and get customers to visit your business. So one of the things that, or two of the things that Tom did in this instance was he offered flyers, basically papers, to students with his store name, his store location, and the services that he offers. And then he also started a Facebook page. And that's the way he marketed his business to his potential customers. Competitive pricing is setting prices at or just below other businesses that are in the same business as yours. So that's competitive pricing. Budget is a plan for how to spend money and save money. So that's kind of looking ahead and kind of anticipating what your costs are going to be and what your budget is going to be in terms of running your business. Lease. Lease is a rental contract for a building or space that allows you to use the building for a specific time period. So a lot of leases are annual or 1-year leases. So you'd sign the lease and then you get to use that building. And in this instance, Tom signed a short lease for 6 months just in case his business didn't work out. But as we can see, he was in the business for over a year, so his business obviously was a success. Deposit is an amount of money paid up front to the building owner who is giving you a lease for a building. So usually a deposit is maybe 1 or 2 months of rent just to secure the lease. And that's money you would pay up front, but then you would get that money back as long as you turn the building or the space back over in good condition. Start small. That is to begin with a small budget and grow slowly to avoid big losses. If you remember in the story, his uncle said start small and grow slowly, because if you grow too quickly, your costs can get out of hand, and that can harm your business actually if you grow too fast. So he started small and he grew slowly. Inventory is the materials needed for a business to make or sell their products. So basically, it's the raw materials or repair parts that you need to sell your service or your products to your customer. So if you were building birdhouses, you would need an inventory of wood to make the birdhouses with, and that would be your raw materials. Reviews we've seen a few times throughout the story, and these are very important in today's world because customers often look on social media to see what other customer comments are about a particular business. So it's something you always want to pay attention to. And if customers leave you bad feedback, of course, other customers, future customers, could see that. So you always want to approach business and make sure that you're getting good reviews. So that is our story. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Once again, I enjoyed doing these and would be interested in getting your feedback on maybe some other things that you guys would like to see in the future or things that I could do differently as well. So please leave me those comments and please also like and subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next lesson. Thanks. Have a good day.